Is short-termism destroying your stakeholder relationships? Now, it's a big question, but it's an important one, because when it comes to relationships, whether it's in your personal or in your professional life, there's often a mistaken belief that the good ones should be easy. They're not. All great relationships take effort, consistent, intentional effort. And if you're in a role where stakeholder engagement matters, and let's face it, that's most of us, particularly if you're in a leadership role, it takes even more energy and focus. But here's the catch. Are you directing the right kind of energy? Are you focusing in the right places at the right time? And it's hard to answer that question if you don't have a clear picture of who your stakeholders are or the nature of the relationships that you've built with them. So consider for a moment, are your relationships mostly short-term, transactional, or are they long-term and sustained? Transactional relationships are short-term by design because they're focused on what you can get from the other person. The interaction is driven by your needs, your outcomes. But a sustained relationship, that's something else entirely. It's mutual, collaborative. There's value from both parties. That doesn't mean that everything's always 50-50, but it does mean that there's a shared sense of benefit, trust, and respect. And here's why that matters. When you take a long-term view, you naturally approach people, relationships differently. You become someone who's genuinely interested in others. You seek collaboration, not competition. You understand that relationships involve give and take. You assume positive intent. You welcome diverse perspectives. And most importantly, you're consistent and transparent in your interactions. And these are the hallmarks of trust. And as we all know, trust is the cornerstone of every long-term, successful relationship. As author Stephen Covey said, when the trust account is high, communication is easy, instant, and effective. So my question to you, where do you put your energy? Take a moment. Map out your stakeholder network and consider who you regularly engage with. How effective are those points of connection? Are there gaps or tension points in the relationships? Who's got influence? Who are the connectors? Who's working with you or working against you? When you've got that map in front of you, it's far easier to then assess where and how you focus your intention. Because the intent, that focus, that nurturing, it's not just good practice, it's essential for long-term success.